Hey guys, I had a little bit of a bumpy ride here in my big white van. I'm traveling a bit in West Tennessee today. It's about 3 hours from our main store, 2.5 hours from our main store, but 3 hours from my house. We're doing a few stops. Going to our store in McKenzie first, over our bookstore coffee shop there. I'll show you guys around there a little bit, dropping off books for them today. And then we're heading over to Martin, Tennessee, about 40 minutes away from McKenzie, where we'll drop off some butcher block that we got. I like building my counters, like checkout counters and things like that. I like to build it out of butcher block. I think it's nice and economical. It's pretty. If it gets beat up, you just sand and refinish it a little bit. Um, awesome, easy enough. And we'll be looking at kind of the layout again, finalizing the layout for our mercantile store over there. We're going to do books, used clothes, and then like apothecary type items like essential oils and candles and soaps and things like that. And it's awesome there because they're going to be making a lot of that on site. It's going to be great content for this channel. And it's another way to get humans making things and making things I think are beneficial alternatives. But we'll get into that later. And then third stop, going over to Paris, Tennessee. It's about 20 minutes from the McKenzie store. And there, some friends and I just bought a building on the square there that right now we're just looking to lease to a few different people. I have like a law firm looking at it today, seeing if maybe they want to rent out the downstairs to put in some legal offices and things like that. So it's right across the street from the courthouse. And I've got some offices upstairs that kind of need to clean up a little bit and get that ready to be leased. But a beautiful building. Hallmark used to own this building. It's giant. It's a giant building, 3-story building on the square. It's part of kind of my mission and projects to try to restore a lot of old buildings and try to put public-facing businesses in them, whether it's a coffee shop or a bookstore, or rent them out to someone who can do something awesome with them. But to not let these buildings become destitute. All the buildings that I own in West Tennessee are at least 120 years old, which comes with its own issues and problems. But it's like you're getting to steward something that's awesome, that's old, has a lot of history, been tons of people passing through those buildings, and I love that aspect of it. Hope to do it more. Happy to have brought in friends on this one, so they can kind of enjoy the having and owning history and getting to steward that. So fun stuff here today. So this is it for now. I'll circle back when I enter into the buildings. I made it here to the Happy Bookstack McKenzie here on the square in McKenzie, Tennessee. So that's the building right there. Said it's built in 1900. That's what it's kind of recorded as, early 1900s, somewhere in that zone. It could be a little bit earlier. This is kind of the main strip of the square. Kind of do a quick little circle here. I love squares. I love squares that are actually squares. Some squares are kind of like a strip. Instead, it's got a movie theater. Not every square is blessed to have a movie theater these days. That's always nice. Kind of pan this way a little bit. Kind of see, but yeah, it's got an upstairs. Right now, that upstairs is currently used by a photographer. This way. Nice little green doors here. So here's the first aisle of the shelf. Sorry, I think my camera's turned the wrong way. Still getting used to this. We've got bookshelves scattered throughout, seating in there. We have kids' books, homeschool books. This is kind of kids and YA through here. Homeschool down this wall. Here's the coffee bar. See if I can find the light switch in here, not have you guys in the darkness for too long. This is our event room. So we do events and stuff in here. That's where I drop off books, which I'm doing here today. But nice painting classes, things like that. Painting, candle making classes. Here's a nice full bar there. So I'm going to drop off some books here, and we'll kind of hit the road and head to the next place. All right, so here I am in the Martin location that we're getting ready to open up. So this location is on the square. It's right across from the library, funny enough. This will be a bookstore concept right next to the library. I'm not worried about that at all. I think it's good to have book lovers here. So you got people that go to libraries love bookstores. They're not mutually exclusive. So right here we're going to have a long butcher block bar. You can see the butcher block there, where people are going to be able to make candles and soaps and things like that on site. Employees will be making it behind the bar. Then we can have classes and things like that where they make it. I'll probably have bookshelves all along this wall here. And then I'll have some more mercantile product here on these walls, this wall, and this wall. And then in this rooms where we'll have like clothes, like thrifted type clothes. There'll be double racks, so one rack here, one rack down low, all around this area, which actually picks up a bit more square footage than you would think. It's a little bit junky over here, but right here I plan on having probably a masseuse come in and rent this room out. Kind of adds to that kind of apothecary essential oil type thing. This light's not going to come on, but I'll put a nice cozy warm lamp in here. That light will come on eventually, but it's not the type of light you want for a massage room anyway. I gotta fix this up a little bit. This will probably be our changing room. You can come in and try on clothes. And here, like I said, it's a little junky right now, but this is where we'll have you just walk in the back. You can walk in the back door as well, and you'll see some bookshelves and things like that. We don't have these here specifically, but probably have a pretty book decor shelves there right when you walk in. So this is a fun concept. Like I said, this building's also 120 or so years old. I'm bringing it to life, having a cool community space here. And my friend who I'm buying this building from, we've been doing work in this room. He's got a coffee shop right next door here. And he is, but my friend and I have been doing the work up to this point, turn this into a nice little venue space. He's going to have more seating for his coffee shop all throughout here. This will be really, really cool. Nice high ceilings. See that nice pretty wood there? Eventually you could have seating in the balcony with a bit of work. So awesome concept there. So while I have a second, I'll show you his coffee shop. There's my white van I do all this business in. There's a little bit more of a square there to show you that real fast. But here's the coffee shop. Nice pretty plants, things like that. Nice warm lighting. Plants. But pretty place. He's done a great job with this and the aesthetic. This is Martin's Coffee and Bakery. You see the nice seating and all that. But yeah, I gotta head to our next little trip here in Paris, so follow me. All right, so this is the building in Paris, Tennessee. I just got the electric and gas on. Thankfully, there was some clarification. Whoever called me for that, saying it was $6,000 for the gas. It's not quite $6,000. I don't think it was even them that called me, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but I'm not sure who that would have been otherwise. But yeah, here's this building. Giant building, nice and old as well. It was an event center before it was owned by Hallmark Cards. They used to manufacture the cards on the third story and sell them in the bottom. Here's a nice little pan of it. So we're going to try to just lease this out to a business. And just kind of do it like that. But see, they used to have meetings in here. Nice brick walls exposed. This is the male bathroom. Not as nice as the female bathroom. There's actually a basement down here as well. Let me see. Why not go into the basement real fast? I'm over here getting distracted. Like, instead of showing you the actual room first, checking out the basement. I just forgot to come down here earlier. So we're gonna have tenants, and I told them they could store stuff down here in this old musty basement if they so desired. It's 25. Sorry, getting you guys involved in my work. By 20. It's a 500 square foot basement. If they want to do some storage and stuff down there. All right. Perfect. This is like a little vlog, right? So I can take you guys through all this stuff. Right, nice little bathrooms in here. 2 there. So let's go ahead and go to the upstairs together. So up here, there's a 2-bedroom apartment and a 1-bedroom apartment on the second floor. So little mop sink there, little utility room. Actually, an old elevator behind here that I'm not going to try. So let's go up here. Let's see. All right. Yep, nice and scary, right? Nice and scary. I'll take you guys on a longer tour like this to the McKenzie store too someday. There's just a decent amount of customers in the store, and I don't like people thinking they're being recorded and stuff like that. So try to just chillax. See this nice kind of like banker style door there, like a vault. So if I remember correctly, these lights should come on. Well, let's walk by faith and see these lights come on. All right, here I am in the dark. All right, good. So the 2 apartments are to my left. Get these lights to come on. Bear with me. There we go. So I was given, the guy who owned this building before us was a property inspector. Awesome guy. Gave me a whole big bag of keys here. So look at that. So I will probably, if I don't find this in the next second or so, I'll edit this for you guys, so you're not having to watch. Look at that. So I will probably. All right, I'm back. I was able to get into the office here. So the property inspector used these as his private offices, but nice big office here. So hopefully I find like a law firm or someone who would want to use these. And we'll just rent these out. Hit these lights real fast. I'm driving back to Belleville, where I live after this, so 3-hour drive. I'm trying to get out of here, but I was able to swing by everywhere we're involved right now. McKenzie, Martin, and Paris. Just finishing up here, but I'll definitely show you guys this 3rd floor before we go. A little 4th office here, so it's 4 offices and a little break room, and this nice little hallway you can use for storage or whatever you like. I think I've already got the measurements for these offices before. Oh, forgot this switch is an old fuse. Look at that. You even seen one of these like this before? Blam. All right. Now let's go to the 3rd floor. This is cool. I think you guys will enjoy this. Sorry, I put the keys back in the bag. I cannot lose this bag of keys. I have not made copies of these keys yet. All right, ominous little entryway here. Here we go. All right. Stairs, stairs, stairs. Another breaker box up here. Big old panel. I see birds living up here. Not in the building, but hiding back there. It's a big pigeon. So this has some hidden beauty. It could be something really awesome. Look at this. This would be great for a photographer. Wow. Nice exposed walls. Again, Hallmark used to manufacture cards up here. That's crazy to think about, right? Wood floors. Old windows. Look at that. See the courthouse? Nice big old windows here. But yeah, isn't that beautiful? That white. Wow, look at that. Floors. Well, don't get me wrong. Floors need a little bit of work. And this is only half of the space. So here we go into the other part where they have some of the duct work and stuff for the building. This part's a little bit messy here. But we know, not looking to do anything with this part yet. It'll be a little while. But one day this may be apartments, something like that. And clean it up a lot, fix it up a lot, work with the fire codes and engineers and all that. But we'll see. We'll see what the future holds here. I don't even know what that is. What is that? But yeah, we've got our work cut out for us, but I think this will be an awesome building to work on through the years and maximize its potential and use. I know this wood would clean up really nicely and look pretty. It's apartments, obviously. Probably end up drywall on that, but I don't know. There's ways to finish this out where it's really cool, as I'm learning. Here's the elevator again. Hello. There's to the rooftop. I've slid up there a few times, check everything out. But yeah, here's the Paris property. We'll see what happens in the downstairs. And we'll go from there. Awesome. Thank you guys for checking it out. I'm going to try not to fall down these stairs. All right, finishing the day here with my wife and my little one. Is she in there? We've been here before. It's been a while. Morning Glory Catfish in Shelbyville. I did the all-you-can-eat kind of meal here. My wife's just got kind of chicken and yams and things like that. That's good. I'm really not that hungry. I got a pretty good threshold, so gotta rest and recover. So try this place if you haven't been. For those of you that go to the store, it's south of the store, about 30 minutes.